All right. Here we are for another day. This is Raw and Unfiltered with RJ and Nikki and Chap. My name is RJ.
I'm Nikki.
And I'm Chap.
Here we are for another exciting day of events and things to talk about.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's dive right in. Check. Okay.
Do we have a dive button?
I don't know. That is a good question.
That's a good button.
So, something that I want to talk about. Generational differences.
Do tell about said generational differences.
Well, for starters, back in the day when I was in elementary school, we had Bible still in the schools. And we had a prayer every day before we began our day. We said the Pledge of Allegiance. And our day was great. Prayer was in schools. Nowadays, not so much. And children nowadays in school are a hot mess.
Yeah.
And even like schools are having to deal with like people walking in with guns and shooting places up. And we didn't worry about that when I was a kid.
You can't even trust the curriculum that's coming out of the school right now. I remember for real learning. It wasn't called African American history back then. It was called Black history. Mm-hmm. I learned Black history in public school. It wasn't like the watered down, filtered stuff that you get. It was the real deal, straight up. It was, some of it was all bad, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say some of it was good and some of it was bad. Mm-hmm. It was all bad. And I learned that in public school. They don't teach that kind of stuff anymore.
They don't. I think my generation was probably the last.
And
Yeah.
now
I still have the Huckleberry Finn book that they outlawed. I still got that book.
now, you have...
What's that?
I'm like, they did?
Yeah.
I don't
Because it
remember.
has the
I've
N-word
heard
in
about
it.
most of the books that have been, but I didn't realize that one did.
Yeah, they did because it used the N-word in it.
Mm-hmm. And now, people have 24-hour access to the news. And if y'all hear a bag crinkling or us chewing on things, it is totally Candyman's gourmet popcorn and sweets peanut brittle. Exactly. It's delicious. Okay, anyway. 24-hour access to news, which, in all honesty, if you're not a strong Christian, it will cause lots of fear and anxiety. If you are watching the news 24/7, like some people do, it's going to cause a lot of fear and anxiety.
Even if you are a strong Christian and you're watching the news 24/7, that means you are meditating on the news. And if you're meditating on that all the time, the results you're going to get are going to be carnal, or they're going to be worldly results. It's going to affect you spiritually and it's going to affect you physically.
Yeah. And then, there's work ethic. Back in the day, my parents taught me work ethic. They taught me that when you turn 16, you get a job. And you go and...
16?
Well, legally, at 16, I was able to get a job. For those
I was working at 15 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
I could get a work permit at 14.
I mean, if you want to get technical with it, I was working at the age of 10 with my mom, but I wasn't legally able to work until I turned 16. And so But I was always taught that you get up and you get a job. Kids nowadays, they don't do that. They expect everything to be handed to them. So that's another difference between the generations.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. I have a whole list. Y'all can just bear with me because it gets long. Kids were separated from the adults back in my day. And so you didn't have to like watch what you talked about because the kids were outside playing with the kids and the adults were inside talking to adults.
Children these days are seeing and hearing way too much, and their young minds aren't developed enough to even comprehend or even make sense of what they're seeing.
Which, again, just brings up another part of this where we played outside. We didn't have... I mean, I had video games, but not until, like, I was, like, 13 years old, I guess. Before that, we found things to do outside to pass the time. Nowadays, not so much. Kids just sit on video games.
Speak for yourself, speak for yourselfer. I had video games growing up, and I was a video game dork. I'm talking...
So you're pretty much still the same.
I would... Dang.
But you're my video game dork.
Well, I gotta be a dork. I said I
You
was.
called yourself a dork.
I did say that, but I can say that.
Oh,
Okay.
No, we used to.
a
I remember-
recap from last episode. You can't say that. Only I can say that.
If you don't know what we're talking about, guess you got to go listen to the last episode.
No, we used to program our own video games. We used to get a book. We had Texas, no,
Yeah.
it was ColecoVision
Texas Instrument.
and Texas Instrument, and you get the tape deck, and you would program your own video games. We would spend days writing video games.
And you could like draw pictures with characters on your keyboard. It was
I don't
really
remember
cool.
doing that except for Mario Paint.
What?
Yep,
We used
what?
to draw like with like the parentheses and all kinds of different buttons. We would
It would start out. It was like QBasic. It'd be like 10 print, and you put whatever,
Oh.
and then you put 20.
Is this on the computer?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say it's a
you're
computer.
actually, yeah, we actually had to program it.
Was it
And-
the floppy disk?
Yeah. And we had this in school. It was the Sanyo with QBasic.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The
It wasn't
same.
Oregon Trail.
No. No. I used to, we used to draw pictures and all that stuff. Man, I forgot about that. That was good. Computer
Yeah.
programming.
and we didn't have social media back in the day.
No, that
No,
was
let's-
like
let's just
draw
be-
something and
let's-
copy it and paste it everywhere.
let's
like,
just be
Yeah.
real.
Well, I mean, even before that.
We didn't have social media because we were the ones writing the programs for AOL. And school.
Okay,
we were-
nerd. We're not talking about that. We're talking about normal people.
That was normal people in everyday school. You had to teach. We were doing G codes, computer programming with QBasic, which is
I remember having a notebook and you had to hide the notebook because that's how you passed your notes, like without passing notes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you would like crypt
Yep.
things in the notebook.
Ah, yes.
Yes, yes. Back in the day,
Back
being
in
all
the
sneaky. Yeah. Kids nowadays wouldn't even know what to do. They'd be like, well, I don't understand.
Go check out this note in the library. Book da 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 da.
Yeah, right?
The Cliff Notes. Oh, I remember that.
Or the ones you
You-
leave under
yeah.
the desk.
Yeah. With my
I used
note
to love
passing
that.
system.
Yeah. Library, bathroom. I can't think of anywhere. Hallway, lockers.
Yeah,
You just tell each other the combination and then
Yep.
just.
Yeah. Ah,
that's funny.
wow. The
At
things
least
we
that's
did.
what I did.
No, yeah, it's true.
I was a businessman in school. I was selling candy. For real,
It's true.
No, I know. I think I remember
selling
you said.
Jawbreakers and lollipop. I was the candy man before I was the candy man.
It was destined to be.
For real. I was the candy man before the movie came out, Candyman.
That's true.
I was selling sweets for the sweet long before he came out. I'm just saying, they made that movie off of me. They must have
Let's
followed
talk
me.
about RJ for a second. He's 50 years old, y'all. He just had a birthday on Friday, July 29th. Yes. He's the hottest 50-year-old I know. Woo-hoo. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that RJ had a birthday and that he's 50.
I am the hottest 50-year-old ever, according to my wife.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd put that on the down low right there.
Thank you for reiterating.
Amazing!
Okay. I mean, there's plenty of other things on my list of differences between the generations, but we can talk about something else if you guys would like.
What are other things on your list of difference in generations?
Well, the fact that we got spanked for doing things wrong, and that's how we learned that it was wrong.
Now you're talking this good stuff. What happened to whipping your what what happened to spanking children these days?
Now they call
Not
it
beating
child
not
abuse
beating
or
the
some
kid.
crap.
I'm just talking about like give him a pow pow.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a wooden spoon.
I don't know. I could spank one of my kids' butt, and then I finally had to just put them in timeout because that's what worked for them.
Look,
Which is funny because I was like, the other kid, I can give a spank and they'd be fine, and the other one,
look, I got a lot of spankings growing up.
I didn't.
But when I got put on restriction, that was the worst because I couldn't talk to anybody, or if he put me in a corner,
Yeah.
that was the worst. Couldn't see anything. That's like the worst.
Because back in the day, they didn't call it timeout. You got straight up grounded. And when I tell you you got grounded from being outside. You got grounded from talking on the telephone. And I don't mean on your cell phone because we didn't have those. I mean from the good old-fashioned landline. You grounded means you ain't talking on the phone. And if the phone rings and you answer it, you better hang it up right away and let them know that you can't talk.
Yeah, the one I hated the most was going to the door and telling them I'm grounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh look,
Grounded from playing video
my brothers
games.
and sisters was quick with it. They're like, doo doo. Hey, can Roger come outside? He's grounded. He
Well,
did.
you
this-
didn't
this-
have to
this-
tell anybody you were grounded.
He's
Your
grounded.
siblings did it for you, but some of us didn't have that. So, oops, sorry. I mean, I had a sibling, but he was already married and out of the house by the time I was old enough to get in any kind of real trouble. Well, he was. He got married when I was 10, so
I'm just wondering how'd you learn how to do all that trouble then?
not from my brother.
I believe we're going to have to call him up right now, ask him to give us some stories so that people can hear
Call him.
how good of a little sister you were.
He'll tell you. I was a really good little sister. He got me in more trouble than I got him in.
I was a good big brother.
I found that hard to believe.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Look, I did a lot of stuff to my sisters and brothers.
I've heard the stories, y'all.
My sister did that to me.
I was the oldest of four, y'all. I put my sister Trina in the dryer. I made her stick her finger in a light socket.
Oh my goodness.
You know those old dome lamps from like the early 70s that have the little pull cord that turns the lights with the big, huge light bulbs in it? Well, I took out one of the light bulbs and pulled the thing and shocked myself. I was like, oh, wow. Hey, Trina, put your finger up in there while I pull the string.
Oh jeez.
So really, we're blessed that Trina's still alive today.
She
to tell
almost,
the
yeah,
story.
she's swinging on the table and it almost fell in her throat.
Jeez.
Yeah.
She picked up dog poo, thought it was chocolate with little the sprinkles on it.
You're a bad brother. What's going on?
Some of it.
What is that?
Is that a spider?
I think it might have bit me on the
It looked
neck.
like a tick.
I don't
That's
know.
a tick.
But it was trying to dig on my neck.
Oh, that's a tick.
Well,
Here, let me get it real quick.
There's like nothing else on me, is there? That's scary.
no.
Watch yourself.
Ew.
Well, not now.
That's tiny. I hope I don't got nothing else on me.
Is it still alive?
No.
Probably on that side.
I mean,
I just cut that tick in half with my blade.
I just hope that it.
it doesn't look like anything.
Ooh.
Oh, you'd know if it bit you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be crawling around and its head be inside your skin.
Ah.
Oh.
What are you doing? How do you
I
know?
put it down
How
there
you know it was dead?
because that was only 2 legs of it. And you got the
It-
rest.
Well, they could still.
It
Watch
can
out! It's
still
right
what?
there. It's right there.
It's not there.
It was only 2 legs. It can what? Crawl back up on you and grow a body?
No, I've seen half bodies. Like someone took the head, but the rest of the, or not the head, but the end of the body, and the head was still in someone's skin.
Ooh, no, that's not the case.
No. That was the whole thing.
That was tiny. I expected it to be a little bit bigger. It might have been whatever was like floating around on my hair.
Maybe. You probably have to
No,
have an exterminator come and
outside.
outside where that tree's at.
Yeah. That one tree. That's what I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
That has.
Y'all,
Y'all
this
have.
peanut brittle is off the chain.
Peanut brittle's almost gone. It's good, isn't it?
I shouldn't even be eating peanut brittle. But I'm able to eat a lot more things. Whoa! I'm able to eat a lot more things nowadays.
Ooh.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm not gaining any weight, so I'll take it.
Speaking of weight, I thought we were supposed to go see a wrestling match or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think you missed it.
I think we missed it. We were gonna go
And then he
also
had a
watch.
sling.
Huh?
Sunday he had a sling.
Oh.
Oh,
So I don't know if he'll be.
We were gonna go watch Monster Jam, but
that's
at
not
work
wrestling.
there, huh?
That's not wrestling.
No. But at work they're only doing tickets for the Saturday Monster Jam and not
No, I'm like
any other day. What?
It's a no.
Who was wrestling that we missed? What's his?
Breslin.
What's his name?
Breslin.
That's his name. Say it again. What's his name?
Breslin.
Just got you to say his name 3 times.
And
It was John Breslin. Right?
just Breslin.
I'm gonna quit goofing off, y'all. There was a wrestling match that we were supposed to go see our friend Breslin wrestle. If you guys have not been out to see Breslin wrestle, y'all gotta check this guy out. He's pretty good, man. He's actually pretty good. He's up and coming, I'm telling you. It ain't gonna be too long now.
Yeah.
Check him out, check him out. I think
Check it out. Check it out.
we'll start. I think I'm gonna post some of his upcoming dates on our Raw and Unfiltered site so y'all can check him out. Sometimes he wrestles in Alabama, and sometimes he wrestles here in Florida. Travels around a lot, but he's really good. Really good. For all you who are into wrestling.
I have the hiccups. Sorry.
Oh, did you eat too much candy?
No, I don't think I ate too much candy.
So let's talk about the garden that is now growing astronomically huge right now. We have 25 stalks of corn. There's 2 ears of corn on each stalk, and I went out and hand pollinated each and every ear of corn by hand to ensure that I had good pollination. Huh?
You said you went out and hand pollinated every single stalk by hand.
That was to emphasize that it was done
By hand.
The reason I did it like that is because I was afraid that I planted the corn too close and it would not pollinate correctly, so I went out and did it all by hand. And I'm gonna have to go out and do it again.
And we got a lot of tomatoes growing, a lot of peppers growing. I'm so excited about
Collard
the
greens,
peppers. We got a lot of
cabbage,
cabbage growing, a lot of
broccoli.
broccoli, a lot of beans,
pole beans,
lemons, blueberries.
Strawberries got hit hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to redo the strawberries anyway. I was gonna redo the strawberries anyway.
And the peach tree this year is just growing. It's not actually fruiting. So.
I'm gonna give it a year. It takes a year. So far it's been a year for each tree that we brought back here. It takes a year for it to.
I do have to get some more kale though, because we're out of kale, and I can't be out of kale. That's like my thing.
Yeah, that kale was good. I was not a big kale fan until we started growing our own kale, and it came out tasting like a golden delicious apple.
Yeah.
I've
was
never
amazing.
had a fruity tasting kale before, but that was really good.
Was it next to the strawberries?
No, it wasn't next to the strawberries, but that I had to think for a second. Now this one was next to the house and in the bed closest to the house, and then we had a wagon that we put it in. I think it was the soil that we used. We used a different type of soil.
For the strawberries?
No, for the kale. Our whole garden, everybody, everything in our garden, 95% of it is from Home Depot.
Yeah.
The other 5% we started from seeds, but 95% of our garden we bought everything at Home Depot.
Yep.
So Home Depot, if you want to endorse urban farmers, hit us up.
Herb-in-farmers.
Hit us up and check us out. And you too can have a Home Depot garden.
Dude.
What is that? The dog?
Yes. Her tail has a mind of its own.
Dog.
Does she lick all over you?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Dog's as big as a horse.
Yeah. Our dogo is like giant. Sit down.
Okay. So,
What else?
well, we are all like 4 minutes away from our time limit. So,
Already?
Already?
yes,
That went by
already.
Fast.
Yes.
It feels like we just got started.
Yeah.
Well, time flies when you're having fun. Fun.
He's so special.
Uh,
I'm special, he's special, you're special, we're special. We're just a bunch of special.
yeah, I like how you looked
I
at
thought
me.
that was you. Exactly. That's why I thought that was you. You didn't do a lot of talking tonight, Amber.
I know. I don't know what. I was just thinking that too. I was like, what happened? I think it was the tick. Not a physical tick, but the bug.
I said, you got a tick?
Yeah, no.
Not that kind of tick.
Not that kind of tick.
Well, guys, I guess that will be the end of tonight's broadcast because I don't want to go too far into the dealio. So, without further, I'm like, so.
I know, like super loud. I almost fell off the chair.
Which would have been really funny for me. No one else would have seen it, but I would have laughed.
I
After
would've
I
heard
made
it,
sure
though.
that you were okay.
All right, y'all.
So-
We're going to call it the night. Until next time. This is Raw and Unfiltered.
Yeah, I think next time we should do like I don't know,
I'm sorry, but we're out of time now. Thank you for taking
I
this.
want to do a recipe again. I want to do another cooking video.
Okay.
More to come, you guys. We'll figure it out.
All right, you guys. That's it for tonight. This is Raw and Unfiltered with RJ and Nikki and Chap. This is RJ.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Chap.
Until next time, y'all be blessed.
Peace out.